Hello, welcome to Gemstone Tarot Thursday, the 16th of October 2025, and we're going to have a little bit from, to kick us off, the Literary Almanac. I'm putting on my glasses because I'm a very literary person reading about literary things from an almanac that has stitches in the middle. Love me a bit of bookbinding, a bit of font, a bit of nice paper, and also a bit of stitches in the middle. Oof. Oof, you had me at stitches in the middle. Okay, a glimpse of the other world from another angle, even another planet. Now, I'm getting a whiff of fantasy here, and you probably know by now that weirdly I'm not into that, and I'm not into sci-fi. But, you know, I don't want to be completely closed-minded. So, and you probably all know this book and I don't. The Midwich Cuckoos by John Wyndham. So let me know in the comments. Say hello, give me a shout out. Or not me, give the Midwich Cuckoos a shout out. 1957. So it's in that era of kind of, I mean, I don't know this, but like Arthur C. Clarke maybe and all that sort of stuff. This book opens on the 26th of September, because I'm sort of doing the September bit because I'm always behind. And the initial tone and setting are misleadingly low-key. Everyday life in a small English village. Oh, I do like things about everyday life in a small English village, where nothing much happens, like Midsummer Murders, and everyone knows each other, except then, oh, of course, I knew this was coming. Overnight, all of the women of childbearing age, both married and, gasp, the unmarried, find themselves pregnant by aliens. You sure there isn't just like some really hunky like woodcutter man come to town and everyone's like, tell the husbands that we're pregnant by aliens. Ooh, that's the red helicopter that does airlifting. Anyway, so allegedly by aliens, and well, you can imagine the kerfuffle. I can. In precise prose and philosophical at times, I'm sure it is, I'm getting a whole Brave New World type thing, Wyndham explores society's response to the idea of difference in such a fascinating way. It is zippy and lively and feels incredibly realistic about what happens when catastrophe strikes. Oof, okay. What my mum might refer to as tits and dragons, that one. I know. Okay. Using the Mythic Tarot, because why would we ever not use the Mythic Tarot? Well, I do have plenty of other decks that I also like, but this is a real classic and I felt like it today. We may or may not be graced by... Hang on, who's this? Oh my god, that is massive. That's not good. So a massive lorry with like a black sort of thing that looks like it contains bad things is coming up with other lorries that are rattling. So we could have some noise coming our way. I don't know what to say about that. Okay, what do we need to know? If you haven't checked out the love reading, it's peach. So you need to know that. What else do we need to know? Well, let's see. Let's see. Swing. Ooh. Am I feeling a reversal on that? Yeah. Kind of. Let's do it. Let's go with it. God. Okay. My phone's making weird noises. I better turn that off. Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy. Let me switch that bad boy off, because the boy put a ringtone from GTA on my phone, so whenever I'm out, like in public, or worse still, like sometimes I'm reading a book at the moment, and sometimes I go out with it on Audible on my headphones. I'll tell you the name of it. It's rather good actually, and let me know if you've read it. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. and I walk around, so I'm getting my steps in, you know, do, and I'll have my earbuds in, listening to Audible, and then all of a sudden, this enormously loud ringtone from GTA will go off, and I will literally, because I startle quite easily anyway, I'll be like, in the middle of the street. Yeah, and then it's usually some bloody call centre anyway. But anyhow, okay, anywho. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Normally, 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and it could still have a little meaning of this, but I'm not really getting that, can be my surprise relationship card. Because it's the kind of independent, you know, growing my own grapes, thank you very much, got my own, I'm mowing my own lawn, that kind of thing. You know, that when it's in reverse, it can sort of be, but actually I'm going to help you. And it's this kind of, but I'm not getting that. What I'm getting here is more of, because this is Venus in Virgo. Think about Venus, think about Virgo. Virgo, earth, service, very good from my experience at getting on with things, you know, keeping the industry going and growing. That kind of thing. And then Venus, you know, Venus also rules money as well as love and visage and all that kind of thing. So there's something here about normal opportunities for being self-sufficient, or your status quo of how you manage things is a little bit threatened by something. Now, I don't mean this because I haven't got many majors on the table, so I'm not looking at, like, you know, dun, dun, dun here. I'm looking more like, you know, it's more of a, it's more pedestrian, it's more local, it's more minor arcana. But it's an annoyance, it's irritating, and it's worth getting through it. Because there's some sort of confusion. I don't know if this is astrological, and please do weigh in the comments section if you think it is. But we've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Now, we have learned by now that sometimes, because this was the first card that came out, and I checked in with myself, do I want to accept this reversal? Do I feel it? And I kind of do. So well, I don't, but I feel it, so I will. More than that, I do. Sometimes, you know, the fates are not in our favour, and it's as well for us to just recognise that rather than, I don't know, it's just better to recognise it, because you're stronger when you realise you don't have the fair wind behind you, but you're going to have to actually, you know, like if you're on a paddleboard, you're going to have to plough, or whatever they call doing that on a paddleboard. I would never go on a paddleboard, but yeah. Do you see what I mean? What I'm saying is an acceptance that luck isn't particularly on your side, and that there are some reasons that you may be emptying the piggy bank, or that the piggy bank might have a small hairline crack in it, is better to face that and be facing the right way. Okay? We then have the 8 of Pentacles, which I like because this is grafting and this is Sun in Virgo. So this is like, no matter what is happening around me, I have my routine. Now, as you know, I am not a creature of routine, but we all kind of are a bit. And sometimes routine saves us from being buffeted about by the ill winds, the fair winds. You know, it's all quite Greek mythology, you know, and they had, I think it's Aeolus, the god of wind, and then you'll get like Jason and the Argonauts will go out, or Odysseus on the boat, and then one of the, you know, I don't know, Zeus probably will send a bad wind, you know, and then there'll be a storm type thing. So there's a bit of buffeting about of your boat here. And it would be good to stay steady and keep on trucking and stick to your routine of whatever you've got. You may be a very routine person, in which case you're going to fare better. You may be like me, a scatty box of frogs, but still have a few transient routines you could just about fall back on. Okay? 6 of Wands in reverse, like the universe is just hammering it home. Do you know you're not very lucky at the moment? Do you know that things are not going to... Doesn't mean you're not going to be able to get anything. It just means it's not going to be easy. You're not getting a blow-in. It's not like... That was a blow-in. It's not a... It's not a fair wind. So just imagine you're sailing and you're still going to get to the destination, but you're going to have to work harder. Okay? 5 of Swords in reverse, which I'm rather liking at this point because it's Venus in Aquarius and it's about being detached. Don't be detached. Feel what you need to feel. Take action on what you need to take action and accept what you can't change. And then it leaves us hanging on the 2 of Swords. I know! It's like, yeah... 2 of Swords. Is what it is, people. Leave me a comment and let me know. Let me know about any of those books as well. And I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.